ending the lifeline. The United States tightens the screws on Iran. The United States has made a significant move in its ongoing pressure campaign against Iran, choosing to end a crucial waiver that allowed Iraq to purchase electricity from its neighbor. This waiver had been a lifeline for Iraq, helping it to meet its energy needs amidst a fragile infrastructure. This decision is the latest in a series of actions designed to isolate Iran economically and diplomatically. The U.S. has been relentless in its efforts to cut off Iran from the global financial system and reduce its oil exports. By cutting off this vital energy artery, the United States aims to further squeeze the Iranian economy and limit its regional influence. The strategy is to create enough economic pressure to force Iran to change its policies. The move has sparked concerns about potential energy shortages in Iraq and its broader implications for regional stability. Iraq's dependency on Iranian electricity makes this decision particularly impactful, raising fears of widespread power outages.
This decision did not occur in a vacuum. It is part of a broader geopolitical strategy. It is intrinsically linked to the Trump administration's maximum pressure campaign against Iran. This campaign has been marked by a series of aggressive measures aimed at crippling Iran's economy. This policy, initiated in 2018, seeks to compel Iran to renegotiate the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, commonly known as the Iran nuclear deal. The U.S. believes that a new deal could better address its concerns. The Trump administration withdrew from the JCPOA in 2018, arguing that it was insufficient in addressing Iran's ballistic missile program and regional activities. This withdrawal marked a significant shift in U.S. policy. The maximum pressure campaign, characterized by stringent sanctions and diplomatic isolation, aims to bring Iran back to the negotiating table on terms more favorable to the United States. The goal is to secure a more comprehensive agreement.
The termination of the electricity waiver represents a significant escalation of this pressure campaign. It is a clear signal of the U.S.'s determination to tighten the economic noose around Iran. It directly impacts Iraq, a country heavily reliant on Iranian energy imports. This dependency has made Iraq vulnerable to the broader geopolitical tensions between the U.S. and Iran. The move has raised questions about the potential for instability in Iraq, a country still grappling with the aftermath of years of conflict and political turmoil. The energy shortage could exacerbate existing tensions. Moreover, it underscores the complex geopolitical dynamics at play in the region, where energy security is intertwined with political alliances and rivalries. The decision could have far-reaching consequences.
The decision has been met with mixed reactions. Some see it as a necessary measure. While some view it as a necessary step to curb Iranian influence, others are concerned about the potential fallout. Others fear it could backfire, potentially destabilizing Iraq and pushing it closer to Iran. The balance of power in the region is delicate. The coming months will be crucial in determining the full impact of this policy shift and whether it will succeed in achieving its intended goals. The international community will be watching closely. As the situation unfolds, it is crucial to closely monitor developments and their implications for the region's fragile security landscape. The stakes are high, and the outcomes are uncertain.
A legacy of dependence. Iraq's energy ties with Iran. Understanding the current situation requires delving into the historical context of Iraq's energy dependence on Iran. This reliance is deeply rooted in decades of shared history, geographical proximity, and interconnected infrastructure. Following the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s, Iraq's energy infrastructure suffered significant damage, leaving it heavily reliant on imports to meet its domestic energy needs.
Iran, with its vast oil and gas reserves and well-developed energy sector, emerged as a natural supplier for Iraq. This energy relationship deepened in the aftermath of the 2003 US-led invasion of Iraq, which further crippled Iraq's energy infrastructure. Years of conflict, instability, and economic sanctions hampered Iraq's ability to rebuild its energy sector, perpetuating its dependence on Iranian imports.
This dependence extends beyond electricity imports. Iraq also relies on Iran for natural gas, a crucial feedstock for its power plants. This reliance has made Iraq vulnerable to Iranian influence and pressure, particularly in times of heightened regional tensions. The United States has long been wary of this dependence, viewing it as a threat to its own interests in the region. The decision to end the electricity waiver is seen by many as an attempt to break this cycle of dependence and weaken Iran's leverage over Iraq.
However, achieving this goal will require a concerted effort to address the underlying factors that have perpetuated Iraq's energy insecurity. This includes providing substantial support for the reconstruction and development of Iraq's energy infrastructure, as well as facilitating alternative energy sources.
The looming energy crisis, navigating a path to power security. As the world grapples with energy challenges, Iraq finds itself at a critical juncture. The United States' decision to end the electricity waiver has cast a long shadow over Iraq's energy future, raising concerns about a potential energy crisis. This decision has far-reaching implications for the country's stability and development. With limited domestic generation capacity and a heavy reliance on Iranian imports, Iraq faces the daunting task of finding alternative sources of energy to meet its growing needs. The search for sustainable and reliable energy solutions is more urgent than ever.
The situation is particularly dire during the scorching summer months when demand for electricity skyrockets due to air conditioning use. The intense heat exacerbates the already strained power grid, leading to frequent outages. Power outages, already a recurring problem in Iraq, could become more frequent and widespread, impacting essential services such as hospitals, schools, and businesses. The reliability of the power supply is crucial for the functioning of these vital institutions. This could lead to social unrest and instability, further complicating Iraq's already fragile security situation. The frustration of the populace could boil over, leading to protests and heightened tensions.
The Iraqi government faces the unenviable task of navigating this complex energy landscape while grappling with a myriad of other challenges, including political divisions, economic woes, and the fight against terrorism. The leadership must balance immediate needs with long-term strategies. Addressing this looming crisis requires a multi-pronged approach. A diversified energy strategy is essential to ensure a stable and secure energy future. In the short term, Iraq will need to explore all available options to secure its energy supply. This includes maximizing the efficiency of existing resources and infrastructure. This includes seeking alternative suppliers, such as Saudi Arabia and other Gulf countries, to diversify its energy imports and reduce dependency on a single source, as well as ramping up domestic electricity generation. Investing in local power plants and renewable energy sources can help bridge the gap. However, these measures are likely to provide only temporary relief. Long-term solutions are necessary to ensure sustainable energy security.
In the long term, Iraq must prioritize the development of a robust and diversified energy sector that can meet its growing energy demands. Building new infrastructure and modernizing existing facilities are key steps, and reduce its dependence on imports. Embracing alternative energy sources such as solar and wind can play a significant role in achieving energy independence. This will require significant investment in infrastructure, technology, and human capital. Training the workforce and adopting new technologies are essential for a resilient energy sector. International support will be crucial in helping Iraq achieve energy security, which is essential for its long-term stability and prosperity. Collaborative efforts with global partners can provide the necessary resources and expertise.
Seeking alternatives. Iraq's quest for energy independence. Faced with the prospect of a crippling energy crisis, Iraq has embarked on a quest for energy independence, actively seeking alternative sources to reduce its reliance on Iranian imports. The urgency of this mission cannot be overstated, as the country's energy needs continue to grow. This has involved engaging with regional and international partners to explore a range of options, including importing electricity from neighboring countries, developing its own gas fields, and investing in renewable energy sources. Each of these strategies presents its own set of challenges and opportunities.
One avenue being pursued is strengthening energy ties with Gulf Arab states, particularly Saudi Arabia. This partnership is seen as a strategic move to ensure a more stable and diversified energy supply. Iraq has signed agreements with Saudi Arabia to import electricity and is exploring the possibility of constructing a cross-border power grid. Such infrastructure projects are crucial for long-term energy security. These initiatives aim to diversify Iraq's energy sources and reduce its vulnerability to Iranian pressure. By spreading its energy dependencies, Iraq hopes to create a more resilient energy network.
In addition to regional partnerships, Iraq is also looking to international companies to help develop its vast natural gas reserves. Collaborations with global energy giants could bring in the necessary technology and investment. These reserves, among the largest in the world, hold significant potential for boosting domestic electricity generation and reducing reliance on imports. Properly harnessing these resources could transform Iraq's energy landscape. However, developing these reserves will require substantial investment and expertise, as well as addressing security challenges in some areas. Ensuring the safety of energy infrastructure is paramount.
Recognizing the need to transition towards cleaner energy sources, Iraq is also exploring opportunities in renewable energy, particularly solar power. This shift is part of a broader global trend towards sustainability. The country's abundant sunshine makes it an ideal location for solar energy production. Harnessing solar power could significantly reduce Iraq's carbon footprint. Investing in renewable energy aligns with global efforts to combat climate change and reduces Iraq's dependence on fossil fuels. This not only benefits the environment, but also enhances energy security.
While these efforts to diversify its energy sources are commendable, they will take time to yield tangible results. Patience and sustained effort will be key. In the meantime, Iraq remains vulnerable to energy shortages and the political and economic fallout that accompanies them. The immediate future will require careful management of existing resources. International support will be crucial in helping Iraq navigate this challenging period and achieve its energy independence goals. Collaborative efforts will pave the way for a more secure and sustainable energy future for Iraq.